All right, let's talk about 2026. Are you ready to make your travel plans the absolute smartest they've ever been? I'm from Travel Crafters, and this is your personal insider briefing. We're going to give you that expert edge you need. So let's get right into it. This is the ultimate travel puzzle, right? How do you take just a handful of leave days and somehow stretch them into a real, proper overseas holiday? Well, it's not magic, I promise you. It's just smart, strategic planning. And over the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. Now, before we dive into the strategy, I just want you to know that you're getting advice you can really trust. We are so proud to be finalists at the Australian Small Business Champion Awards for our work at Travel Crafters. And that same commitment to creating exceptional journeys is exactly what I'm sharing with you today. Okay, so here it is, our first big strategy. We like to call it the Japan Autumn Sprint. And honestly, it is the perfect example of how to travel smarter, not harder. If Japan is on your bucket list for 2026, this is your secret weapon.
Look, everyone dreams of Japan's cherry blossoms. I get it. But that also means peak-level crowds and a really hectic pace. So here's the insider secret. Aim for autumn instead. This little comparison shows you exactly why. You get way thinner crowds, a crisp, calm atmosphere, and you get to trade those pink blossoms for these unbelievable fiery red maple leaves. It's just a more serene and, I would argue, an even more magical experience.
And here's the best part. The math is so simple. This is the heart of the autumn sprint. You just take 4 consecutive days of leave, you anchor them right between 2 weekends, and boom, you've just unlocked a 9-day holiday. It is an absolute game changer for planning a real trip without draining all your annual leave.
And trust me, the magic of this season is absolutely real. The fiery red maple leaves, they create this stunning backdrop that no photo, no matter how good, can ever truly capture. It's something you have to see and feel for yourself. It'll stay with you long after you're back home.
Okay, so planning a great trip isn't just about timing your leave, right? It's also about navigating the current travel market. And right now, things are a little bit turbulent. As insiders, this is what we're keeping a very close eye on.
And this is not some theoretical problem. I want you to look at this number 1,100. That is how many flights Air New Zealand canceled in just a couple of months, and it affected over 40,000 people. This is the real-world impact of that market volatility. It's exactly why planning ahead is so critical. So, what's driving all this?
Well, the main driver is jet fuel. Prices have basically doubled, hitting as high as $200 per barrel. I mean, when an airline's single biggest cost skyrockets like that, they're forced to make some really tough decisions. And that means flight cancellations and, unfortunately for us, higher fares.
And this volatility, it hits your wallet directly through something called fuel surcharges. You've probably seen them. These are the extra fees that airlines tack onto your ticket to cover that rising cost of fuel. For 2026, this is something every smart traveler needs to be watching.
In fact, we're currently in what we're calling the March window. As you can see, major airlines are reviewing their costs and adjusting these surcharges as we speak. So the big takeaway for you is that ticket prices are very likely to go up soon. This makes it a crucial time to book your travel before those new higher surcharges are applied.
So all of this leads us to the most important part of this whole briefing. What is your next smart move? It's about taking these insights, the when of the autumn sprint, and the why of this market turbulence, and using them to plan your 2026 travel with real foresight.
Okay, so let's lock in these key takeaways for your planning. First and foremost, travel smarter, not harder. Use simple, powerful strategies like our autumn sprint to maximize that precious leave. Remember, 4 days off between 2 weekends gets you that 9-day international holiday. Also, seriously consider those off-peak seasons. A trip to see Japan's autumn maples isn't second best, it's an upgrade to a more authentic experience. And critically, stay aware of the market. Booking before fuel surcharges rise can save you a whole lot of money. You know, it all comes down to transparency. Being informed is your greatest asset as a traveler.
And that pretty much wraps up our insider briefing. You now know how to turn 4 days into 9. You know why Japan in autumn is such a brilliant move, and you know how to stay ahead of the market. So I guess the only question left is, with all these insights in your back pocket, where is your 2026 journey going to take you?